A very pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome back to continuing coverage of Ashland Arrows basketball on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Tonight from Arrow Arena at Ashland High School in Ashland, Ohio. It's the Ashland Arrows in girls varsity basketball against the visiting Harvest Prep Warriors. David Wilson along with Chris Mowry and Brandon Gunder as the Arrows continue regular season play. It's the penultimate game of the regular season. One to go after tonight's game. That will be at Tri-Valley on Saturday afternoon. Tonight's game is also brought to you by our great friends at Hedstrom Entertainment, having unplugged fun for over 100 years. And this is the Countdown to Tip-Off show, brought to you by Simonson Construction Services, serving Ashland and North Central Ohio for over 50 years. Teams are on the court warming up. This is a rescheduled game from earlier. And the Harvest Prep Warriors come in at 14-2, Ashland 19-1, and Chris Mowry, a lot to unpack here on the pregame show. First and foremost, the draw has occurred, and so the postseason bracket is set. For the Arrows, they are, as expected, the number one seed in the Northwest 1 sectional district. They will be hosting a familiar opponent here. That'll be the Sandusky Blue Streaks on the 19th of February. That's coming up next Thursday night.
Yeah, next Thursday night. We'll have that one here for you live from Arrow Arena. And look, we expect the Arrows to take care of business most likely next Thursday, barring some minor miracle that must occur for the Arrows to lose that contest. And then they'll get the winner of senior high, and I believe it is, drawing a blank, maybe Norwalk, thank you. Senior high in Norwalk. Norwalk is the number 2 seed there, and we would expect it would be Ashland and Norwalk most likely, and that'll be taking place the 24th, I believe it is, at Buckeye Central. So that would be a good game. 1 and 2 seeds in the section, and be a very, very good contest. So yeah, first things first, they've got a very tough opponent here today in the Harvest Prep Warriors, who come in at 14-2. This is no slouch team. I was talking to Renee Holt before I came up here to the Priestema broadcast booth, and she said, hey, team full of college commits, a couple of them going to AU, so we're going to have our hands full. We'll see where the ship's like.
Well, Ashland 19-1. They defeated Dover on Saturday, Chris. That was a 55-43 final. They come in on an 8-game winning streak, but it's our first chance to see the Arrows and Kennedy Lacey, because in that game, she became Ashland's all-time leading scorer.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Really proud of her and the effort and work that she's put into this and kind of honing her craft. You know, we've been watching her and calling her games since her freshman year a couple years ago. She's gotten better. She's gotten to be a better player, better shot selection, better take, the ball to the 10 and scoring. And, she's developed a mid-range game too, which is something that she focused on her freshman and sophomore year and said, look, if I want to play in college and play at a higher level, I've got to develop a mid-range game as well and be able to knock down the occasional triple, and she's done that. So, hat tip to her, and, it's quite an honor that she's, bestowed upon herself, known as the Millennium Mamba now and the all-time scoring queen here at Ashland High School. And look, we've said it before, at least one more tonight and one more Saturday and one more the following Thursday. One would expect another one the following Saturday or Tuesday, whatever it's going to fall. That's 5 games, David, and, 5 at 20 is 100. That'd put her close to 1,300 rough and tough. 2000's in the range, man. It's in the wheelhouse. Going to take a heck of a remarkable senior campaign, or maybe if the Arrows can have an extended run here to cap off the rest of this season, that would add to the coffers as well.
Well, no question about it. 19-1 at this point, 2 games to go, then into the tournament, which certainly is on the top of everyone's mind, and see how far this team can take it despite some of the setbacks and injuries that they have endured so far. Let's take a look at the OCC standings, brought to you by Whitaker Myers, providing solutions for your insurance, benefits, and wealth management since 1869, with offices in Ashland and Worcester. The conference race all wrapped up. The Arrows are the champs for the 2nd consecutive year. They swept the conference slate at 14-0. Madison actually now in 2nd at 11-3, and then New Philly 9-5. West Holmes and Worcester both 8-6. Then come Dover, Lexington, Mansfield Senior. Senior still winless on the year at 0-19. In the league this evening, Ashland hosting Harvest Prep. Worcester is hosting North Ridgeville. Willard is at Lexington, and Mansfield Christian at Madison. There was a game last night. New Philly beat River Valley by 30 in that contest. That's a look at the Whitaker-Myers OCC picture. We are coming to you all season long, live and free from the Priest Dental broadcast booth. Priest Dental is your hometown dental leader. Proud AHS alum Kevin Priest and his team will handle all of your dental needs. We'll carry on with our Simonson Construction pregame show. First, we'll pause for this timeout and be back with more in a flash on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Ashland isn't just where we work. It's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust. Done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
Friends, when we have game day guests throughout the year, they're brought to you by Whitcomb & Hess. They have your needs covered. Plan, grow, and thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And this reminder, friends, that the official watch location for Arrows Athletics is the South Street Grill. It's your home to catch Arrows Athletics. When you aren't able to attend in person, South Street will carry Arrow basketball all season long in the lower level bar area. Well, Harvest Prep provides the opposition tonight, Chris. They are also a #1 seed, although they compete in Division 6. They will be the #1 seed in the Central 1 sectional district. They will be taking on Mount Gilead, a #11 seed, next Wednesday, a home game for them to start their postseason. David Dennis is the head coach. Very interesting guy. He has led that program to a couple of state titles a number of years ago in 2010 and 11. He also coaches the boys team. They're currently 11-6. And he is also the dean of students and the athletic director at Harvest Prep. Pretty busy guy.
Maybe if he wants to work in the sample department at Hedstrom, we could probably put him to work there cleaning the warehouse or something. I mean, if he's got all these hours on his hands, man, I can't imagine how you're able to get all that done in one day and still have a family and still eat dinner and breakfast and all these other things. So
he DJs some weddings on the side also.
I wouldn't doubt it. He's a jack of all trades. We'll see if he's the master of tonight here momentarily. But yeah, it's amazing. I don't know anything about Coach Dennis other than what you've read there, but he certainly appears to have poured his soul into the Harvest Prep community and the school, the students, and the athletes. So that's a pretty impressive feat and a pretty impressive day job, if you will, or day jobs that he has day in, day out.
On the other sideline, Renee Holt, 61-73 in her 6th season heading up the Ashland program, averaging 58 points a game now, Chris, giving up 34 on average. Real question here in these last 2 games, we'll see it play out tonight, is how Renee and her coaching staff will start handling the lineup and maybe some load management going into the postseason. They certainly have that opportunity. 2 non-conference games to finish out the schedule. You want to be tuned up for the postseason, there's no question about that, but you also have some leeway in terms of getting some players maybe a little bit of rest in some minutes that they don't necessarily have to be on the floor.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and I think you're spot on. A little teaser here to the keys to the game, which will be coming up here in a little bit. But, it's a double-edged sword, right? It's 6 of this and a half dozen of the other. Do you play and try to go and win the game, or do you say, to your point, load management and, avoid the injury bug and all those things? I kind of go back to the reality to say, look, they're 16 and 17 years old. They're not 45 and 50 years old like the guys up here sitting in the Pre-Dental broadcast booth. That they've got energy to spend, and I'd probably let them go and see what the thing looks like at halftime, right? And then, if it's lopsided one way or the other, maybe you make an alter or whatnot. So, but I'm with you. It'll be interesting to see, especially if somebody gets into a little bit of foul trouble. Do they just say, okay, that's it, enough's enough, and we just shut them down for the day or whatnot. So that'd be one storyline to pay attention here as the game unfolds.
As we mentioned, they are on an 8-game winning streak, only one loss on the year. That was against Apple Creek Waynedale. And that was a while back, and they've come back from that loss, and they've continued to just roll along as they did before that game.
Yeah, 8-game winning streak. We were on the mics when that game transpired, and it was just a crazy game. And so after that game, that setback, we talked about it. The Arrows go down to New Philly, get an emotional win. You heard Renee Holt talking about that, some of the players, and that was a big deal for them. And then they just, kept clicking them off one at a time. Here we're up to 8. Tonight would be 9 if their Arrows are successful inside our arena.
Well, we're counting down to the national anthem, Chris. While we have a chance, let's check that injury report brought to you by Fickus Furniture.
Yeah, thanks to Mark Fickus and his team down in Dromesville. Fickus Furniture and Fickus Funeral Home. Check them out for all your needs. Hey, it's the same storyline that it has been before. Bailey Hartman out with a knee injury, and Madison Hoffman out as well with a knee injury to her. Everybody else in uniform, healthy, and ready to go for head coach Renee Holt.
It looks like Madison Hoffman had the required ligament repair surgery.
Not this Monday, the previous Monday.
Yeah, so often running on her rehab.
Maybe not running yet, David.
Yeah, just a metaphorical, but yes, you're exactly right. Running might be a while off. Well, our upcoming national anthem is presented by Chandler Systems, Inc., locally owned and operated right here in Ashland, Ohio, for over 40 years. Starting lineups are coming up, as well as Chris's keys to the game. Rescheduled ball game this evening, so the crowd might be a little light, plus starting out on a 6 o'clock early start with no JV game. This game was originally scheduled back on January the 14th and wiped out due to weather. And so they'll get it played tonight. You got to play all 22.
You got to play all 22. Here we are for a makeup contest. And well, I remember back to the 14th of January and that little middle of Jan, man, it was nasty. We're going to get this snow out of here next week. 50 degrees coming.
We've had a little bit of a melt-off. It has felt great when we got up to maybe 33.
33, it was like
felt
T-shirt.
Great.
Just put a polo on. You don't need a coat.
All right, well, listen in. They have unfurled Old Glory here at Arrow Arena, and it's time for our national anthem.
Please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Our national anthem presented by Chandler Systems, Inc. And now we carry on with our starting lineups. They're brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company for all of your paper needs, from wedding invitations to business cards and everything in between. Truly Inspired Paper Company in Ashland and Loudonville. First off for the Harvest Prep Warriors, coached by David Dennis, they're 14-2. Janae Carter gets the start at one guard spot. She's 5'10" and a sophomore, averaging 14 points a game. Monet Gamble will start at a forward spot, 5'9". She's a senior, averaging 9 a game and pulling down 10 rebounds. Israel Smith will start in the backcourt. Smith, a 5'4" senior. She averages 10 a game. Janiyah Wilson will round out the backcourt. She's 5'7" and a senior, averaging 7 points. And in the post, it will be Ajua Achimpong. She is a 6'1" senior center, averaging 6 points and 5 boards a game. Carter, Gamble, Smith, Wilson, and Achimpong will start for Harvest Prep. Now for the Arrows, coached by Renee Holt, familiar starting lineup of Josie Van Tilburg, the 5'4" junior. Grace Tobias, 5'4" senior. She will start in the backcourt. Kennedy Lacey at a shooting forward spot, 5'10". The junior is averaging 23 points a game. CC Sturry will start at a guard, 5'5", a junior, averaging 8 points. And Cameron Cox in the post. Cox, the 6'1" senior, averaging 8.5 points and 8 rebounds a game. Van Tilburg, Tobias, Lacey, Story, and Cox. Those are your starting lineups presented by Truly Inspired Paper Company. Chris, let's check those keys to the game as we get closer to tip-off.
First off, I've got to tell you, well done with the pronunciation. That is award-winning. You should win an Emmy for that effort.
I appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
We're going to have to keep our concentration going as the game unfolds.
You are. I'm just going to say 12 goes to the goal off the cbward.com. Thanks, Sean. All right, keys to the game brought to us by our friends at Ashland Eye Care. Proud HSLM. Dan Denbo and his team will take care of all your vision needs. Contacts, glasses, readers, golf glasses, sunglasses, whatever you need, they got it covered for you. All right, very simple. For the Harvest Prep Warriors, in my view, you got to contain Kennedy. If you contain Kennedy, you make somebody else beat you. I'm sure they've paid attention. They've seen these stats. They've paid attention to what's happened here within our district. They realize the Millennium Mamba is our A1 player. They're going to do their best to contain her tonight. On the other side, you teased it earlier. I 1,000% agree with you, and you said it when we sat down here to kind of talk pregame about the game. How many bullets does Ashland want to use? Do you want to say, okay, hey, come hell or high water, we're going up and down the floor, and we're going to just score at will with these guys? Or do we say, okay, look, it's a non-conference game, we're 19-1, we've won, we're not looking for any more injuries, blah, 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 blah. Or do we take the reins back? Or do we say, hey, we're all 17 years old, let's go, man, and we'll see what happens. So that's my key to the game. You know, what do the Arrows want to do? And are whatever they decide to do, are they going to be able to stay with that for the rest of the contest?
All right, those are the keys to the game. And Chris, who will be making the impartial calls tonight?
Brought to us by our friends at 419 Barbershop. Matt and his team got all your needs covered. Perms, fades, high and tight. A little sponsor here in baseball, David, high and tight, courtesy of 419 Barbershop. Jalen Reese, Kevin Lehman, and Brian Forrest be blowing the whistles tonight.
All right, we are ready for the tip-off of today's game. The Arrows in their home whites and Harvest Prep in the traveling black uniforms. Team colors and tip brought to you by Linway Restaurant. Quality food and fine service since 1951. The Arrows have the ball off the tip, and away we go tonight here at Arrow Arena. It's the Warriors and the Arrows. Long three off the mark and run down by Monet Gamble. Here come the Warriors for the first time. This is Janae Carter. Inside Gamble, forces it up, missed the shot, and it's Cameron Cox on the run out. Cox brings it all the way into front court. Nice pass down low for Van Tilburg, and then she throws it away into a crowd. Steal there for Carter, who's one of their top players, coming off a 17-point effort in a win against Canton McKinley. That was on Saturday afternoon. 62-48 the final in that one. Three ball goes up on the right. It's perfect.
Yeah, it was smooth coming out of Janae Carter's hands, and that caught no 10 all net, 3-0 Harvest Prep.
35% three-point shooter, and Cameron Cox knocks down the BB&C Car Care 3 to tie it up.
That was a big answer, David. We needed that one. Cameron Cox, not the prototypical three-point shooter you'd come to expect, but she knocked that one down with confidence.
Left her wide open, took the opportunity. Here's the kick out. First touch for Janiah Wilson. Arrows start out in a zone. Carter shoots over the top of it, and she nails 2 in a row. I think she was a step further back toward the Ashland bench on that one, and she has 6 early points.
Well, that is her spot. She's deadly from there. Kennedy Lacey gets 2 more in the all-time column. Kennedy Lacey from the elbow, 6 to 5 prep.
And it comes to Israel Smith, and she'll drive baseline, get shut off there. Smith from the left corner, air ball. And it's grabbed underneath. They shovel it off to Gamble, and she lays it up and in. That's her first 2. 8-5 Harvest Prep. Give an assist to Achimpong there after she grabbed the offensive rebound. Story directs traffic, just getting warmed up here in the first quarter. Harvest Prep visiting Ashland. Air ball by Cox that time. Gamble caught the ball. She leads the break. Shot wild by Wilson, and Story clears.
Hounding defense there. They picked Cece up basically full court there on that rebound.
They get it to Cox. Cross-court pass goes to Tobias, and from the ground got it to Story, and she kind of bats it over to Lacey. Arrows scrambling. Lacey creates a shot and makes it. Little turnaround from the baseline. 8-7.
We got a flat tire down there on the baseline for one of the Harvest Prep ladies.
4 on 5 at the moment, and now Smith jogs back up court, and she'll get it. They go right into the middle, and the kick out for Carter. She missed it that time, but there's Achimpong with the putback, no.
Good job by the Arrows. 3 ladies under the glass. Cameron Cox on the run out here, finds Grace Tobias.
Tobias has her shot blocked out of bounds, swatted away for Gamble. Janiah Lawson's going to check in on the Harvest Prep side, and Megan Ediger in, replacing Story for Ashland on our first Suds substitutions.
We thought we might see a little bit more Megan Ediger early, and that has been the case here.
She throws it away. Turnover on the inbound. Second turnover against the Arrows. Wilson fires it up there on the break, got fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Brian Forrest blows that impartial whistle. Heard it faintly. He's going to have to get into that one a little bit deeper, David.
Bigger crowd, we might not have heard it. All right, so that's Gamble at the line. No, I'm sorry, that is Wilson at the line. She hits the first. Janiah Wilson, a 62% foul shooter. They are at 60% as a team. Again, this is a good quality squad. They're 14-2. Second shot good. So she will check out. And she's replaced by Imani Johnson, a freshman guard averaging 5 a night. 10-7 Harvest Prep. They're out of Canal Winchester. Grace Tobias brings it up under duress. Got it to Ediger. Right back to Tobias. Down low, Cox. Had it stripped away. Tobias drives inside, throws it up on the run and scores.
Nice basketball there from the Arrows. A little in and out, back in, back down, and cutters. The Arrows found some cutters there. Open, high percentage shot from just outside the block.
And a nice bounce pass to the shooter. Jumper on the way, perfect by Smith. So they have come out raining down some threes here, 13-9. 4-point Harvest Prep lead, 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Van Tilburg throws it away, and it is picked up by Imani Johnson. Works her way into a triple team and got fouled. She was trying to kick it out. Might get Ediger on the foul.
Yeah, she picked that foul up. Wasn't really a hard foul. It's just one of those, the ball handlers making a move towards the goal, and Ediger's hands are up, just kind of ran into each other. Kind of a no harm, no foul, but they didn't see it that way. But it's not a shooting foul. Right. It looked like she was going towards the 10, so.
Carter lobs it in. Gamble stops, pops, and misses. And Cox down with her third rebound already. Here come the Arrows. It's Tobias from the left side, missed the layup. Gamble, her third board. 4-point lead for the Warriors. Spot up three, Gamble, short and out of bounds. Team rebound. First quarter action brought to you by Comfort Control, providing the best comfort for residential and commercial customers for more than 40 years.
Gamble not afraid to shoot that three ball, David. She's shooting it at 13% on the campaign.
She figures she's due.
She must be. Didn't catch any 10, though.
Ediger. And now to Cameron Cox. Story back in off the bench, and she will fire a three way off the mark. It's saved in bounds, but it's Carter to come up with it.
This is a very high-paced basketball game here. We're going to have some tired ladies here pretty quick.
Driving inside. That's a nice runner by Israel Smith, and she has 5 points. The Warriors like to attack the basket. Jumper Lacey, perfect.
If you had 0 on your bingo card, you won. That's 0 called plays on both sides today so far through the Comfort Control first quarter.
Well, that's a runner by Carter off the back iron. Kennedy Lacey with her first rebound. She gives it up to Cameron Cox. The jump step, the finish won't go. And it's headed to Harvest Prep.
Those are those ones, David, underneath the goal there that Cameron had. You got to convert those. Those are just the bunnies that you hear about. And easy convertible buckets there, and she did everything right. She took a jump stop, got the girl in the air, and just a little bit hard off the cbward.com glass.
Tell you right now, Chris, the pace favors Harvest Prep. Arrows trying to conserve some energy in that zone, and there's Kennedy Lacey knocking the ball away. Into the corner. Carter passes up the three. This is Johnson inside. No. Rebound. Put back up and in by Israel Smith. She has 7 early points. 17-11. There is Cox working hard underneath. She's got 5 points now. 17-13.
Arrows hanging tough, staying here in the game. There's already 3 made three-point shots for Prep, but the Arrows now only down 6 points. Careless.
There's a turnover in the backcourt and confounded by the foul. As Carter had the steal, she went in, laid it up, and scored. We'll see the steal here. And then the foul will send her to the line for a 3-point play.
That one's tough. You know, they get the converted goal down low under the goal, and then a careless pass, and they end up stealing it off the glass again. Fouled, going back to the Connery Manufacturing stripe to try and convert the 3-point play, which would be an instant 5-0 run, essentially. So, tough one to come back from the Arrows. Got to play a little bit more disciplined.
Right now, 21-13, their largest lead of 8 points. This is Carter at the line. Sturry got the foul. The shot, no. And Kennedy Lacey clears. We have 1:24 to go, and you've got a reach-in foul at half court. I think they got Carter.
They did, and you know, you're watching on TV here, and you see Janae Carter, really good player, nice size body for a basketball player, athletic, fluid, sophomore, by the way.
Yeah, they've got some very talented young players. Underneath, Emma Puckett is in for Ashland. She got fouled. Nice feed from Lacey. The foul goes against Imani Johnson. So Emma Puckett to the line. She has not been to the line this season. The junior trying to pull Ashland within 8 here. The shot is good.
Smooth as silk, David. No rim there.
21-14. She's at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line, your wastewater equipment leader, locally owned for over 40 years. Second one off to the right, grabbed by Aisha Injai. Carter.
Close to a carry there, David.
Here's Janiah Wilson for 3. She knocks it in high on the right. Wilson has 7 points. 24-14. Ashland down by 10.
That 5-0 run there was just difficult to deal with.
Here's Story, blocked. Good take to the bucket. Monet Gamble knocks it away. Cox will get a breather, and Tobias comes back in. So the Arrows have a pretty small lineup on the court right now. Aisha Injai playing in the post for Harvest Prep. Van Tilburg to Story. Double teamed and whips a pass to Puckett. 2-ball, good. 3 points for the junior.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Nice pass by Cece cross court there, and Puckett buried it.
There's Carter. Wilson lobs it inside. Now down low, Injai. Threw it out, expecting a teammate to be over there. And goes right out of bounds. Turnover against Harvest Prep, which I have that for their first.
Threw that to the young lady in the first row. Got a black shirt on, so maybe a little confusion there. Arrow supporter, though, wasn't getting up to help him out.
25 seconds left, first quarter. Ball knocked away. Boy, this defense is very active for the Warriors.
And keep in mind, this is a D6 team. This is going to be a problem for most D6 teams.
Lacey with 9. Long pass. Van Tilburg. Jumper, no. Lacey, the offensive rebound, goes back up, got fouled.
Mamba down there, wiping glass, goes up strong, going to go to the stripe for 2.
Kennedy Lacey, her 3rd rebound. She'll go to the line for 2 shots. I think they got Johnson on the foul. That's number 2 on her. And so a 24-16 Harvest Prep lead. Lacey misses the first. 3.6 seconds left here in the first quarter. Lacey, a 61% foul shooter, misses both. Long rebound comes off to Carter. She pulls up, fires at the buzzer and missed it. And we come to the end of 1. Off and running here at Arrow Arena, 24-16. Harvest Prep with an 8-point lead. We have second quarter action brought to you by Comfort Control, coming right up on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Checking that Simonson Construction Services scoreboard. 24-16 Harvest Prep. They get the ball on the restart here in the second quarter. 8-point lead for the visitors. They started the season 12-0. Right now standing at 14-2. They try to throw it inside to Achimpong. She kicks it out, and the 3-ball rattled in by Israel Smith.
That one's tough. It's going your way. It's going your way. All these shots going down and finding the net here for Prep.
That's Cameron Cox from straight on, about 16 feet out. Well, she has 7 points. Right now, Ashland trading 2s for 3s.
That's a problem.
Out front, Carter. Campbell with the touch inside, steps right through and goes right to the bucket. She has 4 points. 29-18, an 11-point lead. Cox
Nice
to
pass.
Tobias. Missed the layup. Cox the rebound. Puts it back up and in. She's got 9 points.
Great job by Cameron Cox to keep working. Grace misses that shot, but she gets the rebound and puts it right back up. Doesn't bring the ball down. Huge. Just take it and put it right back up.
Carter for 3.
She's out.
Nails another one. They are red hot. 11 points for Janae Carter, who knocked in 17 against McKinley. 32-20, their largest lead. There's Cox for 3. She makes it a BB&C Car Care 3. Cameron Cox, she has 12 points in the first half.
Sheesh.
32-23.
2 threes from Cox as well.
Carter from distance on the left. That one knocked away and out of bounds. That was Chimpong who touched it last.
Carter's human, David, human.
Janae Carter, 11. Israel Smith has 8. Janiah Wilson, 7. They have balanced scoring. Cox with 12. Lacey with 6 on the Ashland side. 32-23. Here's Lacey driving, goes right to the bucket, missed the layup.
That's 2 now layups, bunnies that the Arrows would like to have back.
Smith into the corner. Wilson picked up by Van Tilburg. Top of the key. Bonnie Johnson. Throw it down low, and it's a steal. Steal for Cox. She's doing everything for the Arrows right now. And a turnover. Tough pass from Van Tilburg. That'll be turnover number 5. Ediger comes in. And Puckett will check back in as well. Cox and Van Tilburg head to the bench for a breather. (32-23), 5:38 to go before halftime. Arrows in that zone. They'll get Kennedy Lacey on a reach-around foul.
Fouls on Kennedy Lacey, that's her first, team's first.
Lacey picked up that foul, David, for the Arrows. It'll be baseline out of bounds for Prep.
Long jumper from straight on, knocked out of bounds on the rebound. It was Puckett to touch it last. That was Wilson. From a team standpoint, only 26% from three-point range on the season for Harvest Prep, but I think they are eclipsing that so far. Jumper on the way, that was Johnson, missed it, and this rebound goes off a Warrior hand.
Frenetic pace today.
I think the Arrows are feeling that.
Yeah. It's back to that commentary we had about how many bullets do you want to spend here and keep this marathon up.
Lacey ahead of steam into front
Nice
court.
pass.
Back cut for Grace Tobias, partially blocked, and it's out of bounds, and it's going back to Harvest Prep.
Great job by the Millennium Mamba there, taking it up the court. She got a little contact there around half court. Found a streaking Grace Tobias wide open, and unfortunately just got a piece of it there on that shot attempt.
Yeah, one thing about the Warriors, they can recover very quickly.
Translation, athlete.
Carter over to Wilson. Dumps it down low, knocked out of bounds by the Arrows. Good active defense there by Ashland in that 2-3 zone. Cox back in, Ediger to the bench on a Sid Sud substitution. Cameron Cox, 12 points. And I've got her for 4 rebounds and a steal. They'll lob it in. Campbell under the hoop, lays it up and in. Easy play.
Yeah, it's a mismatch there on Grace Tobias, and Campbell able to elevate pretty nicely there and convert that high percentage shot.
Foul as they tried to double team Story. That's Johnson's 3rd foul. So that will force the hand of David Dennis. You've got Janiah Lawson coming in, and Johnson will sit. Throw it into Lacey. Lobs it. Cox underneath. Spin move. Banks it up and in. CB Ward, real estate bank shot.
Cameron having a terrific evening here tonight. 14 points in the first half, excuse me.
Jumper on the way. That was Carter misfiring. Ediger. They get it to Lacey. Lacey on the move. Jump stop at the foul line. Ediger gets it on a bounce, and then a reach-around foul is going to be called against Gamble. She took a gamble and got the foul. She did not think she made any contact.
I agree there. I think the foul was on Kennedy Lacey, and then I think it was a little bit of a makeup call there by Jalen Reese for my money.
34-25, dangerous pass into Cox. She will take it into the lane. Sturry on the kick out, misfires. Ediger hustles, gets the rebound in the corner. Now it's Lacey. Reverse layup, no, but she earns a trip to the foul line. I'll give Ediger credit, 2 rebounds. And a pretty nice dish right there.
Yeah, Mama's feeling it. She got smoked there pretty good, going to go to the line for 2, but she's taking some big, deep breaths there. This is a fast-paced basketball game, folks. I hope the camera's keeping up here with the basketball, but gee, many Christmas, it's up and down the court.
Lacey has 7. 34-26, back to an 8-point game. Ashland has trailed by as much as 12. We have 4:03 to go in the second quarter. She calmly hits both. And so it's a 34-27.
You know, you watch the first, quarter and a half of this basketball game, David. The reality is the Arrows are going to have to make their foul shots. You know, they've missed a couple already. We're going to have to shoot 70-80% minimum from the line today to have a chance here late in the fourth.
Smith to Gamble, down the right side, dishes underneath. Lawson misses the shot. It's up for grabs. Puckett has it. She clears it. Arrows on the march. Lacey pulls up, fires off the glass, no. Ricochet comes to Gamble. Jumper on the way, good. Mid-range by Israel Smith. She's in double figures now with 10.
Some athletes all over here in the black uniforms today for Harvest Prep, man. They can really go.
36-27, 9-point lead. We have 3 minutes to go, second quarter. That's Cox.
Nice move.
Nice move from the left side. Scoops it up and in. She has 16.
Little left hand up and under. Scoop shot off the glass. CBWard.com bank shot converted. 16 markers for Cameron today.
CC Sturry, a defensive rebound. She throws it away. 6 turnovers against Ashland, and they turn that into instant offense. Israel Smith. She's paying dividends with 12.
You could put that on repeat today, David.
38-29, 2:30 to go. Ediger.
Keep in mind, David, the Arrows have 29 points, 0 converted three-point goals. Not really the Arrows' game. Usually we're knocking down some triples. These have all been 2s and singles from the stripe.
Kennedy Lacey goes diving on the floor, grabs the loose ball. It's a turnover against Harvest Prep, and Renee Holt calls a timeout to save the possession with Lacey on the floor. They need to roll out some oxygen tanks right now for the Arrows, as Renee Holt will get some fresh bodies in the game and utilize this timeout with 2:14 to go. Timeouts brought to you by Connery Manufacturing for your pump system needs.
A fantastic job by Renee Holt right there. You got 5 timeouts. You're down, 9 points here. It's vital you get those possessions and you maximize them. So good use of a 30-second timeout here. 1, to keep the possession of the basketball, but 2, to get some fresh bodies in there that you highlighted. You're absolutely right. These girls are sucking wind on both ends here. It's up and down, and Ashland's not deep anymore, right? We were deeper before earlier in the campaign, but injuries have, limited Coach Holt really to 6-7 players, usually 6. So you're playing your starters +1, folks, and that's going to wear you out in a hurry here. And Arrow's doing all they can here with 2:13 to go in the second quarter to stay in the basketball game.
Right now in the second quarter, Chris, it's Harvest Prep 14, Ashland 13.
Yeah.
So it's been a stalemate here in the second.
And keep in mind, 0 converted, that's not right. Cameron's got 2 3-point goals. Excuse me, what I said earlier. But usually we see a bit more than that. Cox again from the elbow. Go ahead and give her 18.
17-footer there. 38-31. Where would the Arrows be so far without Cox? Smith, she is on fire. 15 for Israel Smith, the senior guard.
She hasn't missed more than a couple shots all day, David. And it's not like they're hitting the goal. They are just flush every single time she shoots it.
41-31, unforced error at the other end. That will be turnover number 8 against Ashland. Sturry will get a breather here. Emma Puckett back in. And I think some of these turnovers, Chris, you can attribute to fatigue.
No question about it.
It's still uncharacteristic there. But Harvest Prep, they're dictating the action right now. And Israel Smith, 15 big points.
You look at the stats, David. And
steal by Cox. She'll take it. Left side, lays it up and too strong. Lacey following the play, goes up and gets it. Looked like a tie-up, but I think they're going to call a foul on Lawson. So a leaping rebound by Lacey. Lawson gets the foul. That's their 4th of the quarter. We have 1:15 to go. Another steal for Cox. She has the ball inside, tries to force it up, and a travel.
Yeah, that's one there where Cameron's doing a little bit too much or trying to do too much. 3-on-1 right there. You're trapped. You're in no man's land. Somebody's open. Somebody's got to be screaming behind you or something, back behind, throw me the ball, something, so that the Arrows could have kept that possession there. Just an unforced error there again.
Well, if only it had been the NBA, Chris, she had 7 more steps to take.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a steal. Kennedy Lacey comes up with the ball. She will fire on the run, misses it to the weak side, and the rebound to Wilson.
Yeah, I like seeing Kennedy take that one to the goal there and draw the contact, look for a 3-point play.
Smith feeling it. Floater goes in. She has 17 points. She is taking the Arrows apart right now. Less than a minute to go. 43-31 Harvest Prep. Cameron Cox attacking. The kick out. She'll get it back in the corner. Dangerous pass. Lacey has it. She will fire over a crowd, miss everything. 22 ticks left. Sturry comes in. Puckett out on another Sid Sud substitution. Your go-to for all of your power washing needs with superheated water.
Your Arrows need a stop in the worst way right here to keep it at this level score here as we go towards halftime.
We'll see what Smith has in mind. Gamble, cross-court pass. Wilson with the ball, 5 to go. Lacey goes for a steal. Knocks the ball away.
That looked like a cornerback jump in the pass.
Fortunate not to get a foul there. Both players went down. Ajua Chimpong comes back in now, the center, starting center.
Who checked in?
That would be Ajua Chimpong. Chris?
Emmy's in the mail.
Can do it all day. Only 2 seconds to go. Shot up and no good by Gamble. I think she forgot there was so little time left. The half comes to a close with Harvest Prep holding a 12-point lead, 43-31, 2 number-1 seeds in their upcoming sectional district squaring off this evening in non-conference action. And the Arrows trail by a dozen. Very talented group of Warriors in here, Chris.
Yeah, for sure. It's been fun to watch. It's been a high-octane contest. You're not putting 87 in the gas tank today. You need racing fuel. Forget 93. You need racing fuel to keep up with these ladies. And the Arrows down by 12. Look, all's not lost. This is not a bad deficit to be in, considering how well that Harvest Prep, namely Gamble and Smith, have shot the basketball. I mean, Smith essentially is 17 markers, but she hadn't missed, right? I mean, she's just been on fire, and they're converting 3-point plays down here as well. So, look, if they can cool off a little bit, Harvest Prep that is, Arrows keep chipping away. Hopefully we can win the third quarter, keep it within 5-6 points as we head to the fourth. I think that's exactly what head coach Renee Holt and the staff is going to try and talk to the players about a half.
I've got Harvest Prep with 6 threes in the first half. All right, 43-31. Our halftime show is coming up. We'll take this time out. We'll be back with more in just a moment on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Stonecker with Modern Woodmen of America. I work for Modern Woodmen because we believe very strongly in giving back to our community, and the more we do that, the more we can have a true impact in people's lives. That's why we're proud to support United Way of Ashland County as the 2026 Join the Story campaign headliner. Your support can mean mentoring youth, strengthening families, and building brighter futures right here at home. When we invest in people, we invest in a stronger tomorrow. We can make a true impact. So join us and be a part of someone's success story. The abuse wasn't all black and white. It would be, you're not allowed to go to your friend's house. You're no longer allowed to communicate with your family. And it slowly but surely ended up being like that. And I was only 18, 19 at the time. Then I ended up having 2 more kids. And the abuse got deeper and deeper than that. And it was finally to the point where we were living at one of his family members' house. And for me to get out, it was like, how? How am I gonna do that? I remember the very last time he got physical with me,
We were arguing in the car. I had said something, and next thing you know, my head is just being dragged across the band console. I remember asking him the question, what would you do if a man did that to our daughter? And his immediate response was, I would ask her what she did wrong. That was it. I knew I had to get out. I was able to get all 3 of my kids, and I ran to my mom's house, and I just never looked back. She knew I wasn't going to be able to get out if I didn't have the help. I ended up linking up with Appleseed. I stayed at the homeless shelter for about a month. I ended up acquiring a job, ended up getting into some apartments, and got all of the help that I needed for food. Mind you, I had all 3 kids in hand. All 3 kids. I had no car. I had to use Ashland Transit. I chugged all 3 car seats onto the bus every morning, and then did it again every afternoon. So I got out of the Ashland Village apartments, and then my mom was like, hey, Charles River is hiring. And I was like, okay. I thought it was out of my league, but I did it anyways. And I got accepted right away. As I walked out.
We're back at halftime here at Arrow Arena. 43-31, Harvest Prep leading the Ashland Arrows. Friends, when the Jazz Band makes their appearances throughout the course of the season, it's brought to you by Bill Harris Dealerships with locations in Ashland and Loudonville. From Chevrolets to Fords to Dodges to Jeeps, quality pre-owned vehicles as well. Bill Harris Dealerships is your one-stop shop. Entertaining first half. The Arrows trailed 24-16 after 1. And Harvest Prep won the second quarter 19-15. Adds up to a 12-point lead at 43-31 here at halftime for the visiting Warriors. Harvest Prep, Ashland 19-1, Harvest Prep 14-2. So 2 very accomplished teams facing each other here in the late stages of the regular season. Looking at individual scoring for Ashland, Renee Holt played 7, 4 scored. 1 of those in double figures. That was Cameron Cox, who pumped in 18 points in the first half. I had her unofficially for 4 boards and 2 steals to go along with her 18 points. CeCe Sturry, no points, 2 rebounds. Kennedy Lacey, 8 points in the ball game, 4 boards. Emma Puckett seeing some action tonight, hit a free throw and also hit a jumper. She has 3 points, 1 rebound. Megan Ediger, 2 rebounds, not in the scoring column. Grace Tobias, 2 points, and Josie Van Tilburg, with significant minutes in the first half, did not grab a rebound or get into the scoring column. For David Dennis, 8 players played, 5 scored, 2 in double figures. Let's start with Israel Smith, number 3, the senior, 17 points and a couple of boards in the first half. She was dynamite. 11 points for Janae Carter, the starting sophomore guard. She had 1 rebound. Monet Gamble had 6 points and 4 rebounds. 2 points for Janiyah Lawson off the bench, and no points, 2 rebounds for senior center Ajua Achimpong. So again, it was Smith with 17 on the Harvest Prep side, and Cameron Cox with 18 points, leading the way for the Arrows. So Cameron Cox kept the Arrows in it. Chris Mowry, Kennedy Lacey also a lot of hustle plays out there. 8 points for her and battling on the boards. The Arrows have their hands full tonight. There is no question about that.
Yeah, the Arrows do have their hands full with a really, really talented and athletic Division 6 team. This team, I think, can compete in Division 2, certainly Division 3. There's no question in my mind about it, just because of the athletes that these young ladies are, and as well as they shoot it. They play really good defense. They box out. They wipe the glass really well, too. I think for the Arrows in the second half, you talk about second half adjustments, I think a couple things. One, you've got to make your bunnies. You cannot give away those, 4 to 6 footer shots that are just not going down yet. We missed a few of those and left some points on the board. And I said it in the second quarter, we got to make our foul shots. We cannot give away those freebies at the stripe here in the second half. And I think, again, if we can, close this up to a 5-6 point lead as we head to the very important fourth quarter presented by Comfort Control, we'll see the chips fall. But it starts here in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. You certainly don't want to have Prep go on a run. You'd like to keep this thing close, make it, maybe you get a 3 to go or an and 1 or something, and maybe you can go on a 4, 5, 6 point run here to start the third quarter. It'd be really big to get the Arrows back in the game.
All right, we'll take a timeout here. We're just a couple of minutes away from the start of the third quarter on our Thursday night presentation of Arrows basketball. We'll be right back with second half action on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Your presentation will begin shortly. Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Your presentation will begin shortly. Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Well, the Arrows are down by 12, 43-31. We get ready for the start of the third quarter. Again, the senior Cameron Cox, Chris Mowry, 18 points, and doing that all on a, let's say a less than 100% right knee.
Yeah, absolutely. She's playing really well. A couple converted three-point goals. I believe it's the only ones for the Arrows today in the game. There are 31 points for Ashland, only 6 points via the long shot. And she's doing a really good job going up off the glass. She's missed a couple of those ones down low that, we need to make sure we don't do that in the second half to maximize our point opportunities here, and especially our high percentage opportunities that we've been getting here in the first half against Prep. But yeah, without Cameron, you said it, boy, it'd be a rough day so far, right? And, hopefully, the Mamba can turn it up a bit here in the second half and match Cameron's performance, and, we'll see where the chips lay.
All right, here we go. It'll be Arrows ball to start the third quarter, brought to you by Comfort Control. They throw it in to Lacey. Out to Bias. Van Tilburg gets it into Lacey. Arrows moving the ball. Cox spots up for three. Not that time, a little bit short. Ball ends up out of bounds. It's going to go to the Arrows. There's an injured Harvest Prep player. Might have been Gamble over there. They're going to take a look. She's hurting over in the far left corner, just 16 seconds in. A little scramble for the loose ball there coming off the rim. And so the Harvest Prep staff over there taking a look.
I just heard somebody here in the home stand say that's the AU recruit there from Prep, and that would be Monet Gamble.
She is the senior, scored 6 points. They've got her in a sort of a seated position right now. So what we'll do here, it looks like they might be close to getting her up. But I think we can take a quick break here, Brandon, for the injury timeout. 43-31, no scoring yet in the second half, and we'll be right back to Arrow Arena.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows.
Well, 7:44 on the clock here, third quarter. Monet Gamble helped over to the locker room where she'll get some more attention after suffering what appeared to be a knee injury. It's Ashland ball on the restart here, just underway third quarter. Cox out to Tobias for three on the right, short. Rebound to Carter. First possession of the third quarter. I believe it was Imani Johnson who came in for Gamble. Got a travel on Wilson. It's only the fifth turnover against Harvest Prep. Ashland had 9. 12-point lead. So we wish all the best for Monet Gamble. You don't want to see any players going down with injuries at this point in the season.
You know, David, you mentioned CC's 33 ball no good, but you mentioned 11 turnovers. Think about how many steals in the backcourt that Prep had that converted into three-point plays because of the charity stripe, too, in the first half.
There's Rael Smith.
What's new?
19 for her. 45-31, 14-point lead, their largest. Cox. Crossover dribble there, hands it off to Lacey. She sees an opening. She will fire. It's partially blocked. Sturry saves it in, but it's grabbed by Wilson. Smith from behind the arc. At that time, long rebound up for grabs. Tobias.
She missed.
Dangerous pass inside. They'll get a reach-around foul on Achimpong. That will be her first. She had 11 points, 10 rebounds against McKinley. So a double-double performance in their win on Saturday. They've gone 6-1 in true road games. And Tilburg swings it around. Three-ball Sturry. No. Cox the rebound. Puts it back up and missed it. It rolls off the front rim, and Wilson down with the rebound. Another point-blank miss there, Chris.
Yeah, those are the ones we just got to clean up.
It's going to go off of Wilson. Misfired underneath. Ashland takes over, and a 30-second timeout taken here by Harvest Prep. Stay tuned. Coming up, our Janney postgame show will follow immediately after the action with a postgame reaction and a complete look at the scoring profile of this game. 6 minutes, 1 second to go here in the third quarter. Ladies have their regular season finale Saturday at Tri-Valley. Big game coming up tomorrow night for the boys team, Chris.
Yeah, huge one there. We're going to travel over to Richland County and take on that purple team. And the Arrows will be looking to clinch at least a share of the OCC on Friday night, tomorrow night, over there at Lexington. And it's math real simple. You don't have to be a mathematician. Win, share at a minimum. Win, New Philly beats Dover outright. Lose, Dover wins, second place.
All on the line tomorrow. Conference finale. The boys will be here next week against Shelby. And Tilburg with the ball. Spins on the baseline. Cox. Lacey. Works for an opening. Partially blocked. Missed the shot. And Smith comes down with another rebound to go along with her 18 points. Make it 19. Jumper on the way. Right side. Way off the mark.
Good hustle by
That
Grace
was
Tobias.
tipped. That'll stay Harvest Prep ball. Nice job by the Arrows.
I was going to say, I didn't think she missed the backboard.
Yeah, something changed the trajectory there.
They missed the goal, the backboard, by about 3 feet.
Carter will throw it in to Smith.
Come on, Kevin, let's get a count.
Jump pass underneath. The Chimpong pushed from behind. She'll go to the line for a couple of shots. That'll be Van Tilburg, her second foul.
Also, Josie Van Tilburg, that's her second, team's first.
Only the team's first of the quarter, so no hurt there. 5:26 to go in the comfort control third quarter. We're coming to you live from the Priest Dental broadcast booth on a soon-to-be warming up weekend approaching.
First no good for Ajua Achimpong. She's a 36% foul shooter. 6 points, 5 rebounds a game for the Warriors. Off the back iron twice. Cameron Cox pulls down the rebound. Here come the Arrows now. They need some points. Cox goes all the way coast to coast and got fouled. Achimpong picks up her second foul, and Cam Cox goes to the line. We'll see her go coast to coast here. And she kind of slowed up right there and got fouled. She got hacked. 2 shots coming up for Cox, a 64% foul shooter on the year.
Like Allen Iverson back in the day, David. Just get that long rebound and then just, boom. You talk about somebody who wasn't afraid to finish at the goal. That little dude, man, he was awesome.
Cox trying to salvage the second of the pair and cannot get it to go down. Rebound to Carter. Still a 14-point lead for Harvest Prep. Third quarter action here at Arrow Arena, non-conference action, and a foul against Kennedy Lacey.
Janae Carter, she is a fluid athlete. Fluid.
She is 11 points in the game, 3 boards. Goes to the line where she is a 79% foul shooter.
I think she's going to be rising up some boards here as she gets another year under her high school belt.
Sophomore, 12 for her now. She rattles in the first shot. It's an 8-0 run dating back to the late second quarter. Make it 9.
Such pure shooters are these Warriors.
Cox attacks inside, dumps it off, but it's going to end up a turnover.
No. So
well, they say it was touched. Okay, tipped by the Warriors. Be a tough inbound right in the corner. Tell you, this Harvest Prep defense, they are making everything difficult for the Arrows.
I'm going to go on a really secure. There's Kennedy Lacey, gets her first points in the second half. She's got 10 on the day. I'm going to go on a really firm branch.
All right.
Big oak branch, like a 100-year-old oak tree branch, and say that this Division 6 team is going to play deep into the tourney.
Certainly have the talent. Step back 3. Cox grabs the rebound. Cox not wasting any time. Got all the way down to the hoop. Drew the foul. Another trip to the foul line coming up.
It's a really good job by Cameron. She's got her pivot foot. She's picked up her dribble. She can still use the pivot foot and goes towards the goal. Doesn't spin away from the goal, but goes towards the goal front on. So a much higher percentage shot looking at the goal than the side. And then goes up strong, gets fouled, and going to go to the stripe here. So good job by Cameron, you know, having her wits about her and wherewithal where she's out on the floor to have the best opportunity there for a high percentage shot.
Janiyah Lawson comes in. Achimpong picked up the foul, her third. But Cox has missed 3 straight at the foul line. 1 more coming here. And that time perfect. She has 19 points. 47-34. 4:24 to go, third quarter. Working our way through the second half. This is game number 21 for the Arrows. Carter. Smith misfires. Kennedy Lacey, good position underneath. Lacey in a hurry into the lane. She got fouled. Shot will not fall.
It's a really good job by Kennedy. She got smoked there. You'll see it here on the Sarver Paving replay. She goes in there and she knows she's going to get hit. Watch her head go straight back. She gets smacked pretty good there, but still has enough strength to get on, not the shot off only, but really a high percentage look there as she's getting hit across the brow. So hopefully Kennedy knocks down these two, and this is what I talked about here. We're going to have to make our foul shots here, David, as we get closer in, towards the end of this contest. These freebies are huge.
She's at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line. Good on the first. And good on the second. 12 for her. It's a 47-36 lead. Harvest Prep still with the advantage. The Arrows trying to hang. Carter up top. They've lost Gamble to an injury. Jumper on the way, long three, way off the mark, and the long rebound comes to Ediger.
Somebody's just got to go grab the basketball. Quit thinking about, trying to dribble with it. Go grab the ball.
And Tilburg bounces it to Lacey. She'll try and create something. Misses. Rebound to Smith. 3:28 to go. Warriors on the attack. Carter pulls up. Israel Smith, 19 in the game. She's looking for 21. She knocks it through, gets fouled. Quick first step. We'll see it again here on the Sarver Paving replay. Look at this.
Basket's good.
Pretty good defense, actually, there
Yes,
by Cox.
it's very good defense. It's just a magician throw up off the glass, and it goes in. And why wouldn't it go in? I wouldn't want to play her and Pig on my best day today.
49-36. She goes to the line for a possible three-point play. Flips it up there and missed it. Rebound grab, though, offensively by Johnson. They save another possession. They'll lob it inside. Lawson, she puts it up and in. Turns into a 4-point trip down the court. It's 51-36. That's the largest lead, 15 points. Reach around on Johnson. She'll get the foul. I believe that's her fourth. And I saw Gamble coming out. She's working her way down toward the Harvest Prep bench. She got a right knee wrapped in ice.
Hopefully there's no issues inside that knee. It's just hopefully a stinger and, maybe swollen up a bit, and going to need to ice that baby down here. Hopefully no damage structurally.
Shot no good by Lacey. Back to the Cannery Manufacturing free throw line.
Aisha Injai returns for the Warriors.
It's like Aisha Injai is back in, the 5'10 senior forward. So they are down Gamble the rest of the night. She left with 7:44 to go in the third quarter.
Keep in mind, that is the AU recruit as well, according to the home fans here.
Sturian on the Sid Sud substitution. Lacey, one more shot. That was the fourth foul, by the way, on Johnson. So she got the free throw to go down and has 13. 51-37. It's a 14-point lead. It was 12 at the break. 2:50 and counting. Israel Smith. Crossover. That is Carter. Jump shot. Perfect.
Jeez, Pete. This is legitimately really exceptional basketball here by Prep.
16-point lead. There's Tobias spotting up for three. Got it.
Needed that one in a bad way right there, David. Right on time.
BB&C Car Care 3 by Grace Tobias. Just her fourth make of the year from distance. 53-40. There's Carter.
That's unbelievable. Like that's a legitimate basketball shot right there. Falling away, head fake, shoulder turn, and get your defender, confused, and you knock it down, fading away. That is a big, big shot.
55-40, Harvest Prep.
That shot will play not too far away from here.
Carter. Make it Cox for three, not there. Rebound to Lawson.
That would be inside Kate's gymnasium.
Wilson running the point. Tobias picks her up defensively. Arrows started the game and hung in that zone for a while. The man-to-man has been cracked a number of times with shots like that from Smith.
I'll tell you what, Smith's going to need not a cup of ice, but a bag of ice to cool herself down on the ride home. She's hotter than a firecracker right now.
57-40, largest lead at 132, and a turnover against the Arrows. Their 10th of the game. I had that for the first of the third quarter. 1:29 to go, and Harvest Prep up by 17 points. And now Smith will run the point. She has 23 points on the evening. Spread it out a little bit here. David Dennis pretty happy to take some air out of the ball maybe. Throw it over to Injai on the low right block. Missed the shot. Lacey with the rebound. She'll take it all the way underneath. Missed it on the runner. And it's out of bounds. And it's going to go to Harvest Prep. 55 seconds left. As impressive as they've been offensively, their defensive pressure has really kept the Arrows from running any sets or any kind of offense. They've had to kind of just create off the dribble.
Well, Prep allows 36 points a contest. The Arrows average 34. We started talking about that in the first half, and then we had some action happen. But these are two very evenly matched teams across the games that they played this season. You know, Harvest Prep averages 58 points, Ashland 58. Prep gives up 36, Ashland gives up 34.
They got out on the break that time, Chris.
They sure did. And
Carter.
This is a game where you say, man, if the Arrows were full staff, it'd have been great to see what would have happened here.
Bucket in the game. Van Tilburg bounces into Cox, posting up. One dribble, turns around, puts it up with the left hand. It won't go. And she'll chase it down in the corner and fire up a three. Carter the rebound. That's the final play of the quarter. A heave there by Smith. It did not go in. And we come to the end of the third quarter. Your score, Harvest Prep 59 and Ashland 40. The all-important fourth quarter is right around the corner on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.
Ashland isn't just where we work. It's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
Well, we go to the fourth quarter. Dave Wilson along with Chris Mowry, Brandon Gunder at the controls. We thank all of you for tuning in on our YouTube presentation of Arrows basketball, brought to you by Sarver Paving, Hedstrom Entertainment, and all of our great list of sponsors. 19-point lead. It's their largest of the game, 59-40. Harvest Prep coming in here looking for win number 15. Talk about a 1-2 punch. Israel Smith, 23 points. Janae Carter, 19.
I don't think it's only 1-2 punch. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4 when everything is clicking well. It just happens to be those two ladies' night.
There's a turnover. It's only their sixth. Steal for the Arrows. Ahead to Van Tilburg. Throws it up top to Story. Cox on the left wing. She's been dynamite. Down low to Bias. Had it right under the bucket there, Chris. Elected to try to throw it out and threw it away. Turnover number 11.
Yeah, I could care less if that shot gets thrown to Jeromesville. Go ahead and put that thing up. You're 2.5 feet from the goal.
This is Smith bringing it up, the 5'4" senior. Jumper left corner, too strong. A run out for Cox.
Outstanding ball movement there by Prep.
Cox got free all the way to the bucket. She scores.
How about that, David? That's a second coast-to-coast there.
59-42. Cox now up to 21 points on the night. Arrows try to close it out a little bit late, but the shot missed, and the long rebound comes out to Lacey. We get a chance, we'll get some updated rebound numbers for you here. Story. And now Tobias looking down low. Van Tilburg will launch a three. Off the mark, it's Tobias there to put it back up and in. Draws the foul. It's an and-one opportunity for Grace Tobias on the offensive rebound and the putback. We'll see it right here as it bounced right to her. I think they got a Chimpong on the foul. That's her fourth. And one opportunities brought to you by the Norma Foundation, rewarding big plays on the court and big ideas off it.
Arrows need this one bad.
Did not happen. Loss in the board. They settle for two there from Tobias. It's a 15-point deficit. 6:30 to go. Smith No. Good offensive rebound by Achimpong. She puts it back up and in. That's her third rebound and her first two.
Cam did a good job. She had nice position, worked for the basketball. It's just that Achimpong had a little bit better area and a little bit better angle for that way that basketball came off.
15 for Lacey on the finger roll. Nicely done. 61 to 46. Shot rebounded. Now it's kicked around and turned over.
Grace Tobias finds that loose ball.
15-point separation right now. Sturry to Tobias, and a pass kicked around. Sturry thought about a three. Bounce pass inside Cox, turns around, puts it up, missed it. Shot was altered there by Achimpong. Rebound to Carter. Running out of room on Carter's and Smith's boxes on my score sheet.
No doubt.
It's a timeout taken here by David Dennis. It'll be a full timeout. The Arrows need it. This Warriors team, they're in great physical condition. There is no question about that. They're playing at their pace. They have a 15-point lead, 61-46. I've got 21 points, 8 rebounds for Cameron Cox. Kennedy Lacey, 15 points, 8 rebounds. Those two have been playing their hearts out. Cameron Cox, a couple of pretty impressive coast-to-coast drives.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to hand out the big shot of the game brought to us by our friends at Big Land Home Improvement and Property Maintenance. It's not one, David. It's not two. It's the plethora. Is Israel Smith's triples deep that have been just massive all day long. She's accounted so far, we're not done yet, 23 points. Been the floor general for this Warrior squad and just been a thorn today for the Arrows.
Yeah, she's excellent. 5 rebounds to go along with her 23 points. She's averaging 10 a night.
Well, that's solid when you double it up, plus
30% from three-point range. She's had quite an impact. That's her with the ball. They get it inside. Wilson blocked. Cam Cox, that would be her team-high 35th of the year.
Very nice. Cam Cox having a day here today.
Also leads the team in steals, 53 coming in. There's Smith misfiring, long rebound to Tobias. All right, Arrows, let's see what we can do here. 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Sturry open, top of the key, no. Rebound goes out of bounds. It'll go to Harvest Prep. Lacey is in right now with Sturry, Cox, Ediger, and Tobias. Harvest Prep lost Monet Gamble earlier, right inside the start of the third quarter, to a knee injury. That pass broken up by Lacey. Achimpong has it. She'll shovel it off to Carter. Knocks down the shot. Got knocked over. It went in. 3-point opportunity. The foul goes to Ediger. We'll see it right here. Did they call that a 3, Chris? Or
I don't
that's
think
a
so.
2?
I believe it's a 2, David.
Okay. 63-46. So Carter now with 21.
Your 1-2 punch of the day of the 63 points has 44, now 45 of them. That's pretty handy.
64-46. It's an 18-point lead. Sturry comes out. Van Tilburg back in. Arrows' 8-game winning streak in jeopardy in this non-conference battle.
You can hear the prep coaches too, David, over our mics and the crowd mics picking it up. They are coaching these girls hard regardless of almost a 20-point lead.
Lacey about a 10-footer, right in her wheelhouse, 17. 64-48, over the top of the zone. Smith over to Wilson. Monty Johnson. There's Smith, top of the key, way off the mark. That one chipped some paint off the rim. And a foul against Carter in the backcourt.
Fouls on Janae Carter, that's her third.
Third foul against Janae. I think Lacey grabbed that rebound, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not mistaken.
Well, 64-48. We have just under 4 minutes to go. But, boy, again, I think if you're David Dennis, you're very happy offensively here. You're well over your season average. You've shot the ball well, but defensively, they have just been all over the Arrows.
You know, they're holding an Ashland team that averages 58. Right now they got 48, 3 and change to go in the fourth, but the defense has just been fantastic, forcing turnovers. There's another one, you know, right on cue. They've rebounded the ball really well at both ends of the floor. Good squad, this prep team.
12 Arrows turnovers, and they will start to milk the clock a little bit. Ediger wants to force the action. Smith bumped, and Ediger picks up her third foul. Fourth quarter action brought to you by Comfort Control. Give them a call if you need to get your AC system ready.
Ooh, you're looking forward, my
it's
man.
Gonna happen.
I'm ready.
Look, it's got to happen.
I'm ready to get off of the furnace and get back on the heat pumps at my place.
Carter way out front. Johnson, 3-ball from the corner. A Chimpong, the offensive rebound and the putback. She has 4 points. They're on Route 66.
It's one of my bucket lists, David, to fly to Chicago, rent a hopped-up car, and drive to Santa Monica someday.
Ediger, offensive rebound. She puts it back up and in. She has 4 rebounds in the game. I think Puckett either collided with someone or took some sort of a shot away from the ball. She's going to be taken out of the game, and Campbell O'Brien's going to come in on her Sid Sud substitution. I didn't see what happened there.
I don't know. Didn't see it. You know why I said Santa Monica?
No.
That's where the end of Route 66 is.
Oh, yeah. Great. Underneath. First time in the game for Chrisette Anthony, the senior. She lost it off her fingertips. That's the 8th turnover against Harvest Prep. Well, you go through St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
Joplin, Missouri.
Oh, yeah. I'll stop for a little bit of country music on my way.
Oklahoma City. Looks mighty pretty.
Been there.
Ediger, I think, got her own blocked shot there, and then it's turned over and grabbed by Anthony for another AHS turnover. 2:11 to go to the finish line. I'll lob it down low, and there's the finish for Chrisette Anthony. That's her first 2-ball. 68-50. Long 3. Sturry, perfect. That's her first basket of the night. It comes on a BB&C Car Care 3. Timeout taken here, I think, for subs only. Aisha Njai checks back in.
30-second timeout.
Janae Carter running back on the floor like, Coach, you ain't taking me out yet. I'm having a day. I don't want to be.
She did not want to be anywhere close to him to find out that might have been her being subbed in for.
Pretty wise. High IQ. Well, we said we wanted some subs. We don't have a single one yet. Okay, we carry on.
Well, Njai came in for Harvest Prep there. I think she replaced Janiah Wilson.
Okay.
The Arrows will stand pat. 68-53 Harvest Prep. Number 1 seed coming up in their sectional district. Knocked away by Lacey. Again, the Arrows will be in action right here against Sandusky next Thursday night, the 19th. That'll be an early game as well, 6 o'clock. We'll have it for you right here.
Regular season finale here for the Arrows, the home finale, I should say, here inside Arrow Arena tonight. As David mentioned, we'll see them one more time next Thursday, a week from tonight.
Long rebound. Njai puts it up. No. Lacey another board. See if she can outrun the Warriors to the hoop. She does. 19 for Kennedy Lacey. She's closing in on 1,200 points. 68-55.
Good effort by Grace there.
Smith plays it out to Carter. 13-point lead for Harvest Prep, and we're under a minute to go. This has been a great test for the Arrows tonight. I'd be interested to see what Coach Holt has to say, but you certainly got pushed tonight to the limit.
Yeah, absolutely you did. You didn't lay down, and that's good to see. You know, it was almost a 20-point lead several times here in the fourth quarter. They've tightened it up. It's now a 13-point lead, so no quitting. The Arrows showing a bit of dog tonight.
Jumper on the way. Chrisette Anthony misfires. Put back not there. And a whistle will get a foul. One more foul on the ledger here before we're finished tonight. 20 seconds left. I think they got Aisha Injai on her first foul. Lacey will bring it up. She has 19. Cox 21. And now a zone for Harvest Prep for the final few seconds of the game. Tobias, another three. No. Ediger,
nice.
The putback, no. And that should just about do it. Final rebound for Chrisette Anthony. Ediger finished with 5 rebounds in the ball game. All of our totals are coming up, but it is official from Arrow Arena. Harvest Prep 68 and Ashland 55. Arrows go to 19-2. Harvest Prep improves to 15-2 on the year. Our Jenny post-game show is coming up. We'll have it for you next from Arrow Arena on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
The team at Whitcomb & Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments.
Welcome back to the post-game show at Arrow Arena, Ashland High School, where it's a final tonight. Harvest Prep knocks off the Arrows 68-55. Our post-game show brought to you by Janney in Mansfield. Financial advice from experienced people you can trust. Check out Rich Story at Janney.com. That's JANNEY.com for all of your financial needs. Carry on with our post-game recap brought to you by the law offices of Andrew Bush. located right here in Ashland. Harvest Prep led 24-16 after 1, so they turned on some instant offense, put up 24 points in the first quarter. They won the second quarter 19-14 and took a 43-31 12-point lead to the locker room. They kept it going in the third quarter despite losing their starting senior forward, Monet Gamble, to a knee injury. Won the third quarter 16-9 and held a 59-40 lead after 3. And Ashland actually won the fourth quarter 15-9. And that was our final margin of 68-55 in favor of Harvest Prep. They go to 15-2 on the year. Ashland drops to 19-2, and their 8-game winning streak is history. Looking at some of the individual scoring while we await Coach Renee Holt. She played 8 players tonight, 6 scored, 2 in double figures, starting with Cam Cox, who had 21 points and 9 rebounds tonight. She had at least 1 block shot. I had her for a couple of steals. All-around great game tonight for Cameron Cox. I'm sure Coach Holt will have some good things to say about her. 21 points, 9 rebounds for Cox. Kennedy Lacey, a double-double, 19 points and 10 rebounds in the ball game for Kennedy Lacey. She came in with 1,172 career points, so she is knocking on the door of 1,200 when they go into that regular season finale on Saturday at Tri-Valley. Josie Van Tilburg played, did not score. Grace Tobias finished with 7 points and 3 rebounds. Megan Ediger, 2 points, 5 boards. Emma Puckett, 3 points in the first half. She had 1 rebound. CC Sturry scored 3 on a late 3 and grabbed 2 boards for the Arrows. For Harvest Prep, Coach David Dennis played 10, 6 scored, 2 in double figures. And boy, what a combo tonight. Israel Smith, the senior, 23 points on the night. I didn't count up her rebounds yet. Looks like I had her for 5. But she was outstanding. And her partner tonight, Janae Carter, 22 points in the ball game. She had 5 rebounds. So combined 45 points of the 68 for those 2 players. They were outstanding. Gamble had 6 before she was hurt, missed the whole second half. Janiyah Wilson, 7 points, 4 rebounds. Janiyah Lawson off the bench, 4 points, 2 boards. Chrisette Anthony scored 2 late, had a rebound. And their starting center, Ajua Achimpong, 4 points, 4 rebounds for Harvest Prep. Formidable opponent for the Arrows tonight. Certainly is a foreshadowing of the type of talent they're going to see the longer they go in the tournament. But Chris, Israel Smith and Janae Carter, tough to stop when they both were shooting as well as they were tonight.
Yeah, they were outstanding. I mean, let's call spades spades. You know, we talked about it during the broadcast. They had 45 points between them and then 68 on the board for the team. So, yeah, 23 other points scored for the rest of the game outside of those 2. That's pretty darn good. And you're right, it's a vital 1-2 punch. And I said it, I don't think it's a 1-2. I think it's a 1-2-3-4 for them. You know, they get some scoring, not a ton from some other players, some role players, which is great, but they've got their horses and they ride them pretty good. And, you know, that was on display here tonight. And I said it early, you know, it was about 2 minutes into the game. I kind of made a joke about a D6 team. My goodness, man, this team could win the whole thing. There's no question about that if they stay healthy. They're athletic, they're long, they're fast, they're quick. They rebound at both ends. They can pressure you in a half-court trap or play you man-to-man or run a full-court set press. They're dangerous. And, you know, good for the Arrows to see that before they go into tournament play. You know, we don't expect next Thursday, a game we'll have here for you on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, to be a game like tonight. But you can bet your last dollar that, you know, tournament game 2 is going to be tougher, but then tournament game 3 and on, you know, there's no layups. You know, you're in for a dogfight. And, you know, it was good to see kind of a tune-up. And make no mistake, on Saturday, the Arrows are going to have just that again against Tri-Valley. That's not a bad basketball team. That's a very good basketball team. So the Arrows backloading the schedule, this one because of weather, right? Reality. We were supposed to play this one in the middle of January. It's now the middle of February. but you're going to backload your schedule with a makeup game today and then the final regular season game on Saturday with 2 formidable opponents. And for my money, win, lose, or draw, I think I'd want that as I go into the tournament. You don't have Madison Hoffman the rest of the way. I know I sound like a broken record with that, but against some of this better competition, it's going to be good to see how you react and how you play with the girls that you're going to have available here the rest of the way. So I thought the Arrows did a really good job. They were down close to 20 points several times throughout the game, end up losing the contest by 13. It was a really, I think it's probably the second best statistical game I've watched Cameron Cox had in her high school career. Kennedy Lacey, again, a double-double, 19 points, 10 boards. It's just become commonplace. That's what she does. And, Cameron led the scoring column here today for the Arrows with 21 and then 9 rebounds as well. So really fantastic day here for a couple Arrow ladies. And,
Well, Cam Cox is our player of the game. That's brought to you by Truax Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville, truaxprinting.com. And carry on with our post-game show now. Coach Holt has joined us for some post-game thoughts. Chris?
Yeah, Coach, fourth quarter, it's down by 20 points a couple times. You've got to be proud of the girls. I said that a few times on the fourth quarter up here. Like, your girls kept fighting. They kept working, and they kept trying, and they had some dog in them. I said that here. Like, they showed the dog heart that they had, and, it's a really good basketball team over there. A very, very good basketball team. And talk a little bit about that. There's no quitting your girls today.
I told them in the locker room, I know we lost, but I really think we won today to set us up for the future, set us up for tournaments. We won't see a team like that until, regionals. They were making shots that, wow. And that's a team full of kids that want to go to college. They're working all season, all off season, all year long. I have multi-sport athletes on my team, but I think they play basketball. They eat, sleep, breathe basketball. But I'm proud of my kids fighting. That was awesome to see. And I think we're down by 12 in the first half, and I think we finished out down 12. Just great work all the way around.
Yeah, it was really good work. Talk about Cam Cox. 21 points. I said it was probably the second best statistical game I've seen her have in an Arrow uniform. Obviously, she had 30 and like 24 rebounds or something against Lex, I think it was last year, but 21 points, 9 boards. That was a big cog, and we talked about the yin and the yang. It was Kennedy and Madison for a really long time, and now, it's going to have to be somebody to go along with Kennedy, and if late in the season you get Cam playing like that, I think it's got to make you feel pretty good.
Yeah, and Cam had, a little hiccup with her knee, and I think that kind of took her a step back, but she found her rhythm. She, she's feeling comfortable again out there. This is a big game for her to set us up for tournaments, and I think it was a big confidence booster. I'm excited to see where she goes here in the next couple games.
You've talked about the tournament, and I said right before you came up here, it just kind of happened this way, but you've got really, arguably, the 2 toughest opponents on your schedule. I know we dropped one against Waynedale. But arguably the 2 toughest opponents coming up here to end your regular season. Today against Prep, and then Saturday against Tri-Valley is not going to be a cupcake.
No.
That's not going to be a cupcake whatsoever. And I said to David, look, I think if you scripted this is the way I personally would want it scripted. You don't have Madison here at the end of the season, but it's nice to see what pieces you are able to play with and put them into these situations against top opponents to see how they're going to react.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. That's exactly what I'm doing here with my coaching staff. We're trying to move pieces and parts.
Yeah.
Losing Hoffman, it was devastating.
Yeah.
But she's another coach there on the bench. So it's nice to hear her voice, and the team still trusts her, what she has to say.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
She's a big voice on the bench.
That team over there, I about 2 minutes in, it didn't take me long to say, just like, this is wild what I'm watching. That's a D6 team. Division 6.
Whoa.
Did you know that?
I did not. No.
It's a Division 6 team that would be playing Hillsdale in the tournament. Think about that.
Wow.
If that team doesn't win D6 this year, I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
1. 2, I think they could compete for Division 5, 4, 3, and 2 if they were in those divisions. That's a really good squad. They've got a couple upper echelon players. This Janae Carter girl, she's a sophomore. And
I
she
heard about
looked
that.
she looked like Paige Becker's out there shooting the ball and like head fakes, and I was amazed. It was fun to watch tonight. Obviously,
Yeah.
we came up a little short, but hey, I always believe you hat tip good players, and we saw that tonight.
And they made tough shots. That first half, I decided to sit back in a zone, and you live and die by the three. And,
Yeah.
you know, tonight they were on in that first half. So, you know, it's a growing moment for me
Sure.
and our coaching staff, but I think the girls that second half really fought back. They said, you know what, we're not going to be pushed around anymore, and I just like the fight, and I'm excited for tournaments.
Absolutely. All right, final thing. Preview for all of our watchers out there at Tri-Valley, what they can expect.
They're tough. We were able to beat them here at home last year, but they're going to be a tough non-conference game to end the season. They have a big post down low. They have shooters outside. You know, they're the complete package, but we just got to, you know, jump on the bus, hour and a half down there, and be ready to play ball.
Charge your cell phone on the way down and make sure you're charging it on the way home too. So down there through those country roads,
Yeah.
It'll drain
Take
your
me
battery.
home.
Take me home, baby. Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations. It's been a lot of fun. We'll have it next Thursday here for everybody. So
Awesome.
we'll have your tournament game here. Congratulations on a heck of a great campaign. And it's hard to believe this is the final regular season game of the season. I mean, you talk
know.
about going fast. This is it.
Hey, it's fun to win, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right. It's a good one to end on,
All right,
David.
guys. All right, second season starts coming up 1 week from tonight as Sandusky will be back for a rematch against the Arrows, and that will be our next broadcast here on the Arrows Broadcasting Network. A couple things to take care of, Chris, before we go. Play of the game brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust. Done right on time. I think we've landed on a couple of Cam Cox coast-to-coast layups.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We landed on Allen Iverson as a Halloween costume. Kim Cox put it on, and she went coast to coast a couple of times, pulled down a defensive rebound, and took it the entire length of the floor and converted it off the Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate
All
glass.
she needs is the shooting sleeve,
She
right?
needs the sleeve. She's got the sleeve on the bottom, but she doesn't have it
Yeah.
on the arm. So congratulations to Cam Cox. And the turning point of the game also brought by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust on right on time. I'm going to go early in the first quarter. We talked about it, how the Arrows were going to have to take care of the basketball, limit the turnovers, and you'll see it. Prep converts a layup. They're playing a three-quarter press. They get a handsy steal. They go right back off the Ward Real Estate bank shot, convert it, get hacked in the act, and go to the line and make it a 5-0 run that literally took 4 or 5 seconds off the clock. That happened a couple times tonight. So those are going to be my turning points of the game.
Yeah, game was only tied once. That was 3-3. And after that, Harvest Prep took control, and they rode it to the finish line 68-55. I thought Renee made a good point. It was a 12-point deficit at halftime, 13 at the end. They played an even second half.
Absolutely. I'm proud of them. And I wanted to ask her that question to get her reaction purposefully and to see what she thought about, I call it the dog in the fight in them, and that's exactly what it was. They kept competing, and Renee recognized that. She told them that at halftime and in the second half, and, you know, played really, really well. So nothing to hang your head about whatsoever. Sometimes you get beat by good shooters and good shots that go in, and tonight it was just that. It was the Carter and Smith show, as we highlighted, 45 points between those two young ladies.
All right, there you see it on the screen. Our next broadcast, round 1 of the playoffs, Sandusky, next Thursday night, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, really excited about that. So, yeah, happy to do that. And hat tip one final time, 21 points, 9 rebounds to our Truax Printing player of the game, Cam Cox. We'll get her the Applebee's gift card as well. And looking forward to seeing all these Arrows along with you and Brandon Gunder next Thursday inside Arrow Arena.
All right, we'll see you then, partner. Have
Absolutely.
a good trip tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
All right, special thanks to BG on a job well done at the controls, as always. For Chris Mowry, David Wilson now saying goodbye from Ashland High School. We thank you for listening. We thank you for your loyal viewership of our Ashland Arrows basketball broadcast. We'll visit with you next Thursday for more. Good luck to the boys at Lexington tomorrow in that huge matchup against the Minutemen. You've been watching Arrows basketball, brought to you by Sarver Paving, live and free on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.